Can we take a second to talk about the grief that comes along with narcissistic abuse or abuse of any kind, really? The grief and loss that comes along with being a victim or survivor, depending on what you call yourself, in an abusive relationship. And that could be a relationship with a lover, relationship with family or family members, or a job. And it's one of the things that we don't talk about is like when we have so much high hopes or dreams for the potential of what we could have with a person or with our family, like a dream of what things were, how it used to be, how good it was at one point in time, or maybe we vacillate between how good things were at times versus how bad things got. And we oftentimes romanticize when we lose hope for a situation that we had so many dreams for. We romanticize, we think about how it started and what could have been, and just all the dreams we had for our situation or our relationship with a person. And what tends to happen when we have to let go of those dreams, like our dreams come shattering down once we come out of gaslighting, once we come out of all the manipulation that takes place, and we actually see a person or situation for who they really are. And it's like a death times two, because we have to let go of both the real person that was, whether it be, again, a family member, whether it be a lover or friend, and the potential that, what we had held on to for so long, that, we have hopes and dreams that this is going to get better, this situation or this person is going to turn around. So we have to also lose that death too, because once a relationship is done, it's finite. There is no more potential. There are no more goals that we have with that particular person. And it becomes clear as day that the dreams that we had for a person, a situation, or job, our dreams were a facade. It was really me overcompensating the crappy reality I had with what I had hoped would come to fruition. It was me that was putting all the love and the energy into it, when it was clear as day this person wanted to harm me all along. There's also another aspect of it where we get triggered all over again, right? About who or what we lost in an abusive relationship. So when you see other people in good, healthy relationships, you see other people with good parents, good families, when you see people with partners and situations that are attuned to each other, right? They care about each other. There's reciprocity in those relationships. It was the relationship that we always wanted, but we could never seem to obtain. And those are like our goal relationships. And so it can trigger another wound when we realize that we haven't either had that, or we weren't able to achieve that with the person that we had invested ourselves into. And it gets even worse when you try to talk about this with someone, or with your support system, or people that say they love you, but they minimize your pain, and they tell you that, you can get over it. You need to get over it. You need to start all over again, and, pick yourself up by the bootstraps. There's other fish in the sea. There's other opportunities. So, these people fail to realize that, like, when you're in an abusive situation, You literally have to course correct your entire life. You have to, basically retrain your brain that this isn't what it's going to be. And you have to pick yourself up off the ground and start all over again. And you have to learn how to rebuild trust. You have to learn how to rebuild yourself. And you have to also have this acceptance in that, the person that you cared about and wanted the sun, moon, and the stars with, they didn't care about you. And you have to let that sink in, because that's a reality, a harsh reality sometimes that we don't like to think about.